The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts are their own and do not reflect those of WSTU Radio or the Little Dog Media Group. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or reuse of this program without the written permission of WSTU is strictly prohibited. Welcome to Crown Car Care, serving Martin County since 2006 with trusted, high-quality repairs you can count on. And now, your host, Todd Harris.
Welcome, everybody. It's December 3rd. We're inching closer to the end of the year, and I probably have only a couple more shows left till it's over, until 2026 comes upon us.
We'll have to keep you here a while, you know.
Yeah. And you know, it's in 26. I believe it's the midterms, isn't it? Election time again.
Uh-oh. Again?
Seems like we just did an election, didn't we?
Right, we did.
Now we're going to do another one.
Oh, boy.
So who knows what'll happen. Any case, sure is good to be a citizen here in this great country that we live in, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I didn't have the freedoms I have, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, and I wouldn't be able to fix your car for you. By the way, this show is brought to you by Crown Car Care. We are a family-run and owned operation. Been around for 19 years. We have two locations. We have a location off Cove Road, and that phone number there is 772-283-4707. Give Kelly or Cody a call. Set up your first oil change appointment. Set up your phone call in case you have an issue with your vehicle. We can help you with that. Full service auto care and truck and diesel. Kind of famous for my diesel work. So if you have a diesel out there, whether it's a Power Stroke, a Cummins, or a Duramax, you know where to go. Crown, both locations. Our other location is over there off of Martin Highway, out there in western Palm City. A lot of growth going on out there, right?
Yeah, well, they fixed the road out there. That's kind of nice.
But over there on Citrus is kind of like a shortcut up to the next county north of us, which is Port St. Lucie County.
Right.
And there's a new town/development that's big going up right there. Mm-hmm. Huge place.
Oh, yeah.
And you know where all of them want to bring their cars?
Well, they're going to
Crown Car Care. We're right around the corner.
Of course. And it's easy to see from the road.
Yeah. We've got prime location. We're right on the corner of 714 and 42nd Street, and it couldn't be any better spot. We have a huge shop, 11 lifts. Wonderful people there. If you want to set an appointment up or talk to us or get a hold of me at 772-781-8000. Mike will be the one that answers the phone, or me, or my son Max. My son Max is now in the business. He's 18, and he is doing better than I expected.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. We had talked about on the show a couple of weeks ago, we had gone up to Jacksonville, my son and I, for some hunter engineering training with alignment machines. And him and I just had a great time together. Father and son. It was good. And we enjoyed it. Went to the gym every night, though, of course.
Oh, of course.
My son is all about the gym, so.
Oh, yeah, he's all bulked up, you know.
Yeah, not me. Just me. We have a great show. Oh, if you have a question or a comment, please give us a call here at the station. The area code is 772-220-9788. Easy peasy phone number. We're easy to call. We'll put you right on the air. Give us a comment, a question, a critique, anything. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're a new listener, we hope we've caught your attention so far. We're going to have a great show today. And if you're new, we generally talk about aspects of the automobile. We'll talk about day-to-day life in Crown Car Care, and we'll also broad out into the greater geosphere of our United States and talk about issues, effects on the bigger picture, which we enjoy just as much. And we have car sounds, too, all the time.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I have something that's going to, if you're a diesel fan out there, you will love this sound. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. And if anyone knows what it is, call us up. It's unmistakable. Fire away, Chief Ray. Ooh. Listen to that rig go. That's a big, heavy truck, semi-truck.
Well, now you gave away the answer.
And it kind of sounds like my two-stroke mini bike I had as a kid. So now you know two-stroke and you know it's a big rig. What kind of motor's in that? What kind of truck was it? Was it a
Kenworth.
Kenworth?
Yeah.
Kenworth. It was
Yeah, Detroit.
an older
diesel.
rig. Yeah, Detroit diesel. That's right.
That's what you said.
Two-stroke diesel,
Oh, man.
which means the crankshaft only goes around one revolution each time, as opposed to a four-stroke where it takes two crankshaft revolutions to complete the cycle.
Well, it's got some power in that.
So
thing.
you got a power hitting every time around on the crank, which gives you that unmistakable sound. That's why when you listen to two strokes, whether it's a gas or diesel or a model airplane on nitromethane,
Yeah.
you know those little airplanes?
Yeah.
You fly around? Those
Yeah.
are two strokes.
Oh.
Yeah, two strokes. But they use nitromethane, which is that oxygenated fuel that they use in drag racing.
Highly flammable.
Yeah. But the reason they use it is it's not because it has some superpower.
Mm.
It just has more oxygen molecules.
Okay.
And remember, oxygen and obviously fuel, which there is fuel in it,
Right.
more alcohol based. It's an alcohol type of fuel,
Right.
methyl fuel. If you have more oxygen combined with the fuel, including the air that you bring in through the air cleaner or supercharger,
Mhm.
if you can get a third more oxygen with the fuel, guess what? The explosion's bigger and hotter, and more
more-
power, more
more power.
horsepower.
Yeah.
And remember, horsepower is torque in relation to time.
That's a lot of power right there.
Us car and truck guys, we like those sounds. For some reason, it's pleasing to the ear.
It's music, huh?
Well, we're going to have a great show today. We're going to talk about the misfire mystery and deep fake auto parts.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's an interesting topic, and we'll kind of flesh it out, as they say, and we'll enlighten everybody on what I know on it, and
Ooh, I see
maybe
what
if
you did there.
and if somebody else has any comments or can add to it, please do. Second topic we're going to talk about is some tips for the holidays. We're going to with your vehicle, of course. The other tip is buy your husband or wife the best gift you can. And a lot of times it can be an object, but it can also be love.
Right.
You can give love.
There you go.
Give the gift of love.
That's it.
That's what everybody needs.
Right. That's what the
And
song says.
we're going to talk about some community spotlights, some events that take place in Martin County. In relation to cars, of course. We'll talk about some cars and coffee events that you all can attend to.
Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I like that. That's around this area now because it used to be just in Palm
There's
Beach.
two of them.
I love that.
We could actually set up I'll give you everyone the date in the future when I'm going to be there. And if you want to come and say hi to me, I don't know, have pens and maybe some free oil change cards or something like that we can give out
that'd
if
be
you,
great.
if you come up to me and if you can spot me. I'm 6'2". If I turn sideways, you might not see me because I'm awfully thin.
You got the Crown Car Care shirt
I usually wear Crown Car Care stuff, and I'm big nose, so you can't miss me.
and the green hat.
Yeah, green hat, green car.
You know,
I'll bring my green Shelby,
say
my GT350 twin turbo,
nice.
fun car.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a vehicle that came in our shop a couple of weeks ago, and how it ties into what I'm calling deep fake auto parts. Let me give you the background. It's not a policy. Well, it is a policy in both of my shops that, in general, we like it when you get the parts from us for two reasons. One of them is because the automotive industry, from an operational standpoint, is based off of the labor that we put into cars as well as the parts that we sell. We have to make a margin on both, or else Todd Crown Car Care doesn't exist anymore. So let's get that off the table because we probably assume that. But secondly is the warranty aspect of it. If I buy the part and put it through my system, I have ways, I have business relationships with my vendors that enable me to exercise not only warranty for your vehicle, but warranty for parts and things that I'm getting it from. So it goes uphill, so to speak. And when things go uphill, if I have that connection and ability, it makes sense. But on occasion, we've had many a good customer that are regulars that, hey, Todd, can I just bring these parts in this one time? Of course. Rules are meant to be followed for the most part, but if there's extenuating circumstances, rules can be modified. I feel that way with everything in life. And we don't know the situations until we confront them. But if it's done ethically and morally, and in the eyes of God is the right thing, then I have nothing wrong with it. So now you have the background. The vehicle was a Ford Super Duty F-250 truck that had a V8 engine in it. It has 2 spark plugs per cylinder. Okay. And there's 8 coils and 8 little jumper spark plug wires that go from that coil to the second plug on each cylinder. They're known to go bad. Just like all coils are known to go bad, just like all air conditioning breaks, just like tires wear out. Nothing's forever except love, which my business gives love, but we don't really market it. It's a consequence of what we do. So I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist. So that's what I'm trying to get at. This vehicle, the customer had an inkling that it was the coils. And he said, if I buy these coils, can you put them in for me? Against better judgment, we agreed to it. We installed the coils that he supplied us, and by golly, they were genuine Motorcraft. The packaging, the product looked Motorcraft. And I can tell you that it fooled us until the end when I was involved. And I got to the bottom of this situation. And I will tell you, why don't we take a break, and then I'm going to flash back to the stories. Let's take a break real quick, and then we'll get that off.
You're listening to Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. Got a question or comment? Give us a call now at 220-9788. We'll be right back. Building long-term relationships through expert auto care with integrity, reliability, and a true dedication to keeping drivers safe on the road. This is Crown Car Care. And here's your host, Todd Harris.
Welcome back, everybody. So we installed those coils that the customer had supplied. The misfire, the poorly running engine still was there. Oh, no. I would have not guessed that if it was a different set of circumstances. So I was called in. Remember, I don't fix every car. I'm involved in everything. I guide my technicians, as well as I'm being a technician, to the soundest conclusions and advice and processes that we can do at Crown Car Care. So I was involved in this, and it involved me working at night for 3 nights in a row. And here's what it came down to. Those Motorcraft coils that he sent us were not Motorcraft coils. They were from China. They were deep fakes. They were obviously breaking. I don't know, breaking the law. That's not my business, but they looked just like a Motorcraft part, except there was some key differences that I picked up on, that I had done some research on how to detect these deep fakes. And sure enough, it was. And one of the issues was inside the coil, it was missing a resistor on the spark plug boot, which was critical. So what happened was these new coils were backfeeding into the engine control computer, causing it to a 10,000 volt spike, which was, in the eyes of the computer, it was misfiring. Bottom line was, it took a new set of 8 coils that Don't have to be genuine Motorcraft. I mean, different parts stores, there's different brands. Standard Automotive, good brand. Wells, WELS, good brand. Aftermarket, not factory, but good. In fact, some of the aftermarket manufacturers make things that are better than the original. Usually once the product's been around a while, 10 years or so, they'll make changes to some of the products that have common failure points. Dorman Products is another company that does that. They'll take a faulty window regulator that always fails on General Motors sedans, and they'll put stronger rollers and cables in. There's an example. The counterfeit auto parts business is a $2 to $3 billion problem globally, and I would say it's probably double to triple that. Up to 1 in 10 parts sold online for automotive are estimated to be counterfeit, or, which I'll tell you, not fit for purpose. The coils from this example I just gave that came into our shop, like our Cove Road location, were bought on eBay. Now, here I'll give you some numbers. Motorcraft coils cost me $107 a piece. Cost me. It's not what you buy it. I sell it to you for, but it's what I pay for it as that intermediary guy. This customer bought all 8 for $99.
Oh, there's your red flag right there.
Yeah, it's too good to be true. It is. Maybe in the 1800s and 1700s, you could have it's too good to be true and it still be reality. But I will tell you, where every stone and possible scam has been uncovered or done in our world currently and in the past, we're in a time when if it sounds too good, it is. There are no super deals like that anymore. There's not. Even if you go to like a discount place that liquidates things, it's still too good a price. Modern vehicles, I'm going to say within the last 5 to 10 years, can have up to 50 control modules and 100 million lines of code that are programmed into them on each automobile. Everything is important. The type of plastic. In fact, on this coils from Motorcraft, they were an ABS plastic. And the ones that are from Motorcraft are a epoxy, like fiberglass embedded plastic that has strength and dielectric properties, which means it is not conductive to electricity. So it's an insulator. Okay. The part may look identical, but it's not. And I can't for the life of me figure out how things like this can take place, that you can sell a part and advertise it for a vehicle, even if it's not a deep fake. Let's just say you're allowed to do it because the patent on a particular part had run out after 15 years, and anyone can make them. That's what they do with guns and a lot of things. 1911 pistol that Moses, what's his name, came up with and invented. They used in end of World War I, World War II, that famous 1911 slap-sides pistol. And his brother can make them now without having patent infringements. It's all common knowledge, or they can use it as common knowledge. Well, I just don't get. Now, I have experimented and bought some parts off of, and I'm going to say the company's names because it's the truth. And that's okay. If we speak the truth, we can say what we need to say, right? Amazon sells, I bought some shift motors for the transmission on a Ford Focus with the, kind of like a dual clutch transmission. They weren't fit for purpose. Brand new, they didn't work right. But how can you sell something like that? I understand if it doesn't last as long, but if it doesn't work out of the gate, how in the heck are you even selling something like that? How can you even live with yourself?
Yeah, where's the integrity?
Well, I just don't get it. Is it that bad on some of these online sites like Amazon or eBay that there's no integrity for the product being sold?
Just making
buyer beware. It's on you.
Making a quick buck.
It's just not right. I would think at the parent level, they would want to ensure integrity, family values. And what happens if like a young kid who is 16 and bought his first car and he's looking to save some money and he gets seduced by a cheap part on one of those platforms I told you about, and he buys it and it doesn't work. And it's just awful, right? Or it fails within 2 weeks. I view that as just something that, I guess what I would call cognitive dissonance. I cannot figure for the life of me why you wouldn't want to make a part that works Still cheaper than everybody else, if possible. Maybe it is made in China, but able to have continuing sales where eventually these things catch up to you, right? If you fool everybody in your town, pretty much you're done, right? Well, I know we're global, but still, it doesn't make sense to me. Poor quality components can cause misfires, rough running, premature failure of other parts. Check engine lights. Reminder, if the price is dramatically lower, ask questions. Ask questions. Most shops, including mine, Crown Car Care, if you have a question about the validity of a part you're going to buy and put on, even if I'm not involved in it, I'm sure to help you. Because if I help you, my fellow brother will help me, right? And isn't that the reciprocation of gratitude and what we do in the world? We help anybody with no strings attached, and then the world helps you with no strings attached. It's a circle. And if I help 10 people, and those 10 people then talk to their friends and neighbors and say that, boy, that Crown Car Care, they didn't fix my car, but boy, they sure gave me good advice. Let me look them up, because maybe their friend doesn't do their own repairs. It's a small percentage of people that do. Sometimes out of necessity, sometimes out of hobby. It's both. But we'd be glad to help you. If you come to my Cove Road store, I got a new fish tank with angelfish. And they're growing bigger if you want to see some cool angelfish. I got them over there. And there's some cool cars. In fact, over at the store today, there's a Celine's, a Roush Stage 3 Mustang.
Oh, nice.
A couple of years old, but boy, it's Stage 3 with nitrous injection, a bottle in the trunk. This thing's full race, low mileage. It's got 23,000 on it.
Ooh.
So low mileage.
Ooh.
Silver, just a beautiful car.
Yeah.
We love cars. You know, go to an oil change place. Them boys and girls there love cars. Maybe, but I can tell you at Crown Car Care, both my locations, including my family, boy, we sure love cars. We love everything about it. In fact, on my spare time, if I'm bored, I'm sure to pick up one of my automotive magazines that are becoming harder to find, by the way. Printed media is becoming a relic. What a shame. And the people that work with me, my team, all car nuts. They love it. And boy, it sure translates into the type of service that you can get. Friendly at the front desk, friendly in the back, and friendly when you come to pick it up. You know? All the way around, beginning, middle, and end. Look us up. 772-781-8000 is that number in Palm City. And the number over at Cove Road is 772-283-4707. I always have to look down. I know the 772-781-8000 number by heart, but for some reason can never get the 283-4707 embedded in my brain on a permanent basis. I always have to quickly look. Didn't used to be that way in my life. I can remember all the old phone numbers when I was a boy. Anyone out there, Ken? My old phone number was 367-0372 in Illinois.
Let's call it.
Yeah, let's call it. At 1220 Hunters Lane was my old address.
Oh, okay.
In Libertyville, Illinois.
Well, Libertyville.
Liberty. Yeah, it
Liberty.
used to be Potsdam before it was Libertyville.
Oh,
well
yeah.
before my time.
Oh,
The good news is that once the proper part is installed, the vehicle ran perfectly. And that was that truck I was talking about. So the right part. And now here's what happens too when you have fake and phony parts that cause damage elsewhere. If that customer had driven that vehicle with the new parts on there for any extended period of time, I'm going to say more than a month, the ECM or the PCM, the powertrain control module of the computer would have been burned out. It would have, because of those 10,000 volt spikes from the secondary windings in the coil were bleeding over into the primary side and spiking the engine computer.
here's my question. I mean, just a question from him. Okay. Don't you think he would have ran a diagnostic test before he even bought the parts to make sure what was wrong?
Let me give you some background. I believe
I'm asking.
no, there's a positive ending to this.
Right.
The customer is such a frequent flyer.
Yeah.
He has several vehicles. I believe when he had come in for an oil change or some previous service that we had told him that the problem was, but he just didn't have the money to do it. You know,
Got
some
it.
people,
And that's good.
Let me tell you, you can have the best intentions in the world.
Hmm.
You can be the most honest person in the world. You can go to church 5 days a week. You can have a good paying job. You can have a family and a wife that loves you, or vice versa, a husband that loves you. But you can still somehow always find that you don't have enough money. It's just the way life is. It's in inflationary times and things are tough. And I mean, you don't know the personal situation of everybody. Could have a chronic health condition that insurance isn't covering. We could have had who knows? So it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. You cannot have money at the time to do something. And I get that. In fact, at both shops, we now have a beautiful system. When we send you your final, repair order bill or invoice, right there you can pay over the phone. Quite interesting, and there's no huge fees on my end. Usually, the thing is when you take a card over the phone, the fees are so big that my business isn't. It's a good business, but you have to watch everything. I don't get hit with the fees. It's an integration we have in our point of sale system called TechMetric, which is the best in the world, absolutely the best. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a user. It is ranked. It's that good. And we also have all the different types of instant, the pay systems like Vamos and all these different things you might see on different shopping websites where you can get in installments and get approved secretly without anyone knowing. It's silent and it's behind the scenes, so there's no embarrassment.
So if somebody gets, they don't have the money on them, and they can find a way to get payments to.
Yeah, it's all automatic, and we don't know any different.
Nice.
We just get paid.
What about somebody that has car? You have car problems. Your credit's not that great.
No, we can. Absolutely. We have Snap. We have all kinds of things. It's not embarrassing. And the reason I say that is because it's behind the scenes. There's nothing worse than being in a public forum or a public lobby or anywhere, and you're doing it, and other people in the area in the room are hearing you, and you end up getting declined. It's humiliating.
Yeah, it is.
It's to the point where you just want to go, just like quickly leave there and never come back.
Yeah.
We don't do it that way. It's all silent behind the scenes. No one knows any different. And remember, you heard what I said. Everyone's situation is different.
Sure.
And any way that we can facilitate the transparency and the quality of the service that you use to ensure the integrity, that it's not a scam, and you can pay for your services or repairs or tire, whatever you need, boy, isn't that good. It's real good. In fact, one of them, Snap, you get 90 days is free, no interest.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Let's just say you're on a cash flow. You own a business like me, and things are tight not because you're not doing good business, but because cash flow. Yeah. Remember, cash flow is different than profit and everything else. It's timing.
Sure.
You could have a bunch of money owed to you, and you still don't have it. It doesn't.
Yep.
That mean you're a bad risker or broke? No, of course not. It just means you don't have any money now.
Right.
And we can help you with that. Okay. Next, holiday car hacks. And some that are really cool and some are pretty basic. Don't forget to turn dome lights off, right? Dome lights. How simple a thing. And close your glove box and put your sunscreen, these sun blocks that are on the, you put down the visor, I guess. Visor is the proper word. A lot of those over time, if your car's a few years old, the plastic can get distorted. So even with the thing closed, it's still got the light on. Look into that. How do you check out when it's dark out and kind of peer inside your car and look for anything that's illuminated? But simple as a dome light. Turn the dome light off. Yeah, I know a lot of cars, they time out and all that stuff, but not all cars do.
Oh, it'll burn up your battery too.
Some, not even older. Some more simple. A lot of Toyotas.
Yep.
A lot of Camrys and Corollas. If you leave the light on, you're in trouble. It's going to go dead, the battery.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Don't leave your car chargers plugged in. It's going to be draining the battery continually, which means your alternator has to work harder when you start it, right? It might not be dead, but why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? When you can prevent things like that from happening by just having the common sense when you leave your vehicle to unplug it.
I got a good question for you. And it's something I do all the time. When I'm going to cut off the car, I'll turn off my air conditioning and everything. I'll turn everything off. Now, I have a friend of mine that doesn't do that. And he says, well, it doesn't bother the car at all. Does it bother the car? Because when you turn the key off, everything goes off. Okay. but isn't it putting a strain on it when you start the
There's
car?
two factors in that,
Yeah.
and we'll let everyone be their own judge on it.
Okay.
One is if you turn everything off before you turn the car off,
Yeah.
you've eliminated the chance of something sticking on after you turn the car off, like a relay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so that would be an immediate. My battery's dead. It doesn't start the next day.
Right.
Now, your other thought is, when I first start the car up, is it good to have all this load? Heck no. The common sense tells you that.
This is what I
Right?
said. Yeah.
When you're, let's just say you're a sprinter, when you run,
Mhm.
does a sprinter just go out and sprint, or does he warm up?
Warm up.
Warm up.
You gotta warm up.
well, guess what cars like?
Yeah.
When you start the car, don't have everything cranked out, because you're just putting this huge load on your alternator.
Right.
And it already has a load because it used electricity from it and amperage to start the car, the electric motor. So that battery's already lower. And then all of a sudden it's hit with kabam,
Yeah. It's
right?
gonna have a heart attack.
Shazam, everything's left on.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good habit. I mean, if your life is so busy that you can't do it, well, that's the way it is. But it's not a bad idea to do. All right. Let me see some more tips here. Now, let me tell you. We got a caller, do we?
Yeah. Well, we do, and you'll never guess who it is. Starts with a B and ends with a B.
Tom.
What?
Bob?
It might be Bob.
Hi.
Of all people.
Yes,
Yeah,
hi. Super.
Of all people.
Hi.
Yeah. It's been a while since we talked.
Yes. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah. Well, pretty good. There was a guy that called in a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about his mini car that gets 50 miles per gallon, and it's real simple. No turbochargers or nothing. And I'm like, yeah, but they also make motorcycles if you really want fuel economy.
Right. And what are you compromising when the car is light and small? Obviously, you're compromising safety.
Oh, totally.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why a lot of people drive big rigs, because they know that the Wild West show, which is on every road, you're safe and sound.
Yeah. That was my dad's thinking when he bought a GMC Acadia instead of Malibu.
Absolutely. My daughter drives a Super Duty with big tires, diesel, and I know if something goes wrong, she just keeps driving. Right?
Yeah.
And that's my daughter that I love, and it's
yeah.
Right. I mean, little teeny weeny cars are going to get good mileage, right?
Yep.
Little teeny ones, but if you get hit by something big, or you do something that is not planned for, you could get yourself into a lot of trouble, like namely the hospital.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to report that last year I bought a 2024 Stingray up at the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
And I drove it home, and I was breaking it in. I was shifting through the 5 overdrives, to change the revs all the time. And
Yep.
I was going 70 sometimes and 60 other times, and doing all that. And I still got, on average, 29 miles per gallon in that 857 mile trip. Now that's pretty good for a car that makes almost 500 horsepower.
That's tremendous. That says a lot for GM. It says a lot for the car, aerodynamics, everything else. And it also is good. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by something else. I believe that's one of the right.
Yeah. Hopefully low friction.
Yeah. 2 Corvette stories I wanted to tell you is my son Max, who you've probably heard me talk about, has purchased a 2006 C6, and we've been doing a lot of stuff to it, him and I, at night, and he just loves the car.
Yeah.
Loves the car. Yeah. We've been
pretty neat.
We had to put the shifter bushings. We got some oil leak at the back of the motor. We got to do a rear main seal on a couple of little things, but she's a nice car.
Oh, I would dread that. No thanks.
He's learning my business, so it's a good way to cut your teeth.
Yeah, at least you can handle it,
Now, the other story I wanted to tell you is more rumor and anecdotal. I've been reading and hearing about some of these Chevy dealers that are treating these ZR1s almost as if like the Ferrari dealerships are, this exclusivity and cutting people, not allowing, just a real pompous, bad approach that we've known American Pie and Chevrolet with.
Right. I got it.
Bit of a disappointment. I think it's on the local level more than the national level. So.
Yeah, those dealer markups.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's brutal.
But let me tell you something on that. 2 weeks ago, my dealer up in New Hampshire that I use, he sent me an email, and he had 6 ZR1s that were coming in.
Wow.
To his dealership, and he says, if you're interested in one of them, let me know.
That's most interesting.
That place only sells at MSRP, but they did have a little bit of a markup, you might say, because every one of the cars had that paint protective film on it.
Yeah.
It cost $10,000.
Oh.
And then another $2,000 for ceramic paint coating.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Well, at least you're getting something for the money, though, because other dealers, they just want a $50,000 bribe,
I agree with you. You're getting some product, and you're getting some, I'm not going to say true value, but you're getting something for your money, right?
Yeah, and on a car that expensive, you might want that stuff anyway,
Correct, because remember, the ZR1 and I would say the Z06, I believe, are not typical of a domestic car manufacturer, other than like maybe Ford with their GT, that they've elevated themselves up into not quite supercar or hypercar status, more supercar, but it's a different market and a different clientele. It's totally different. Right. It's totally different.
And that's what I like. They hit they've got their own market segment, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you got a nationwide dealership network that can service them,
Yeah, you buy a McLaren, where are you going to go, and what's the story, and can you even trust? I'm not going to go there, but a lot of times these boutique, you can't trust them. You're going to get yanked for so much money for something so silly. And and
I know you're big on electronic modules and all that, and figuring out those things, but imagine somebody comes to you with a Ferrari with a bad module or something.
They do. I work on Ferraris and Bentleys and all that, because no one else could fix them, and the dealers don't even know how to fix them sometimes. I'll be honest.
Right, and where do you get the parts? I mean, if it's old enough, the aftermarket isn't going to support those things.
No. You're buying takeoffs of old stock maybe, or wrecked cars, or that whole fiasco.
Yeah, but on the other hand, these Corvettes, they get supported forever in the aftermarket.
That's correct, and that's what the point is the backside of the sale is what Chevrolet and GM and even Ford, all the domestics, are able. I'm not going to say so much with Stellantis, but with those two, you've got a strong backbone of service and parts availability.
Exactly.
So
we agree 100%.
I can't say it with Stellantis, because there's some Italian problems going on there in Stellantis, and there's greed and overpaid. It's a mess, that company.
Yeah, I agree. They're kind of shaky.
Yep. Well, goodness, thank you, Colin, Bob, and we're getting ready to take a break, and we always love when you call, because you got something great to offer all the time, some intelligence. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Sure appreciate it.
Take care. If we don't talk again, have a great Christmas. All right?
Oh, you too. All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. I think we break time yet, or we?
Well, we got a few minutes.
Well, let's keep rattling away. I got lists. Oh my goodness, we can cover the world in that, man.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, tiresome. Here's some more tips on the holidays. I'll just slow this down now. I got all excited when Bob called. He's such a delight to talk to.
Yeah, he is.
He's an intelligent delight.
Yeah, and he's just such a big Corvette fan.
No, I know. I love it.
Love it.
Well, I am too now.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a Corvette fanboy. My son has one. Plus, I like them.
Yeah.
They're nice cars.
Yeah. We're all car nuts in this room.
We are. Air pressure drops about 1 psi for every 10 degrees temperature drop. And that's not including the fact when the temperature drops, the rubber gets harder. So your seal against the rims isn't as good, so you lose air even faster. That's why on a cold day, you'll find your tire light is on. A lot of times, it's not just because of the temperature. It's because the seal, the bead, rubber becomes harder when it's cold, and the seal isn't as good, so you lose air that way. So, that means your tire light's on, and don't blow off that light. And if your light's TPMS light, tire pressure monitoring system, has a malfunction, might just need a new sensor. That's usually what it is. We sell them. We program them for your car, and they're better than factory, and they're not bad in price. All right. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back.
All right. We'll be right back with more Crown Car Care. Don't forget, give us a call. You want to get involved with the show, 772-220-9788. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. Got a question or comment? Give us a call now at 220-9788. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Crown Car Care, providing trusted high-quality auto repair services since 2006. Here again is your host and owner, Todd Harris.
All right, welcome back. And if you were a first-time listener, I hope you're loving the show. If you're not, contact my business and give me some ideas, or call us up and give us some ideas. I'm open for anything. I'm a wealth of knowledge, but sometimes my presentation needs corrections. And if anyone feels that way, let us know. If you're going on a trip this holiday, and it doesn't have to be too far a distance, always pack a portable jump pack. Those little lithium-based jumpers that you can jump a car off one time with, and you have to charge it. It's a good idea to carry one of those. A blanket, an extra phone charger, wiper fluid. Make sure you have the wiper fluid filled up in your car. Everyone always forgets. Check your wiper blades. Make sure they're good. Usually they dry out in this sun heat world that we live in down here in Florida. And bring snacks and water. I'll tell you, the person that crashed on Alligator Alley at 11 o'clock at night when there was a storm and wasn't found for a day, if you take the advice I'm telling you right now, it might not be so bad. And I'm saying anything can happen in the wear. There's blinker fluid too, by the way. Yeah, Jergrim blinker fluid, funny gag gifts, blinker fluid synthetic blend, -20 to 25.
Nice gag.
Ray's showing these funny gag gifts that you can get from different places online.
Right. My friend did this to me because he knows I'm a car nut too. And he says, yeah, did you check your blinker fluid? I said, get out of here. So he says, no, for real. Check it out. It's online. I'm like, You got to be kidding me. I got to show that.
Yeah, it is. It's a real deal. Hold it up to the camera up there so people can see it if they need to take a look at it.
Absolutely.
Here's a statistic that will, you might expect it. AAA, which is, the biggest that I know of insurance/motor club that can rescue you with a tow truck or a jump or fuel. There's other ones. Most insurance companies have their own. I know Allstate does. Some other outfits out there. They rescue over 900,000 motorists each holiday season. It's a big number. I don't know how it breaks down to, I'm sure it's based off density. If you picked it out, where is it happening most? Probably where most people are. A lot of people in South Florida in there. A lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Except we got it pretty good here. One place I don't think I'd want to move to, I would not want to move to is Minneapolis, Minnesota. Do not have it's nothing to do with the cold. No. I don't think it's a safe place to be.
Uh-oh.
I just think there's a lot of bad things that happen up there, as
Ooh.
Donald Trump said.
That's-
Bad things
That's
up
where my
there.
roommate's from,
Yeah, well,
Minneapolis. He left in
He left.
1976,
Yeah.
but you know.
there's a lot of people that came to Minneapolis and Minnesota from elsewhere,
Okay.
and that's all. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yep. So
Okay.
that's where I don't want to go.
Okay.
I'm happy where I'm at.
Mm,
Martin County,
Me
the
too.
jewel of the Treasure Coast, the best county in Florida. In fact, I'd be bold enough to say a top 10 in the country. What a good place to live we are here in Martin County. Anyone that thinks otherwise, please call me and explain. Most of the time, what we think is bad is nothing compared to what people really deal with in life.
Oh yeah.
Small things. Oh, if you're falling asleep this holiday season, you could be running the candle on both sides, both ends. If you're getting tired, pull over. There's nothing worse than when you're driving, and let's say you're alone, and you start falling asleep. That reaction that you have to do to stay awake is so brutal and so dangerous. It does not matter what you're doing. Pull over and take a 10-minute snoozeroo. It's all it takes sometimes. But get off the road. It's not worth it. No life is worth getting somewhere where you think you have to go when your life is potentially endangered, right? So if you're sleepy, pull over. And I'm not even going to bring up if you're out at a party, a holiday party, and you're not feeling quite right, then don't drive. Don't drive.
Right.
Call a taxi or some
Yeah.
of these other outfits, Uber and
Sure.
Lyft or some other
Mhm.
places. They'll give you a ride. A lot of them do it
Yeah.
for free. Actually, holiday, I think there's a lot of places at certain times and days they'll give you a ride for free.
Yeah, they equate, and I've talked to police officers, and of course we speak to the St. Lucie County Sheriff every Friday on WPSL.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right,
Yeah.
and Sheriff DeTellaro, he'll tell you, he says a sleepy driver is just as bad as somebody who's under the influence.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
Because you go out, it's just not good.
right.
Trust your senses. My final tip before we get towards the end of our show. You drive your car daily, monthly, weekly, yearly. If you see some changes, whether it be a smell, a sound, vibration, or a light, I don't know if there's anything else other than that, but if something you see or perceive something, get it checked out. Many times, something minor can turn into something major. Let's say your power steering was making a noise when you turn the wheel. If you can get it to a repair facility, and of course, I'd love you to take it to Crown Car Care, but certainly go anywhere you need to, or want to, or have to, or even yourself if you have a friend or a relative that can help you. If the thing got a slow leak and you're low on fluid, if you keep driving it, you'll damage the pump and some other items, maybe the rack and pinion, whereas all you needed to fix was a hose. So by stretching out small issues that happen on your vehicle, you could double, triple, quadruple what it takes to make it whole again. I got an idea for anyone of you listening. If you've never been to my shops, if you test us out with an oil change, but before you come in with like a small, can you check this and check that? We'll briefly look at it. We're not going to get into in-depth stuff, but we'll certainly give it the crown once over, and we can help you with some of those little small things that might be pestering you. And we can guide you and tell you what it takes to fix. And there's no pressures. There's no nothing. Just come in and look at my angelfish and go to Palm City. It's easy to get to, right on the corner, 42nd Street and 714. Big place. I mean, you'd expect to see a big Walgreens or a Wawa at my location. It's that big. And we welcome you. Usually at Palm City, I've got a new person that we hired. In fact, all he requires is hot air. He's about 12 feet tall. No, he's 20 feet tall. And he's so happy and friendly to be working at Crown Car Care. He's waving around all the time outside. He's just proclaiming to the world, come to see us. He's green in color, too.
I've seen him.
Yeah, it's easy to do. In fact, the only expense I have is electricity. That's it. Electricity. He's the lowest paid employee we have.
And he's happy. He's very happy.
He's very happy. He's very happy. You can tell by his movements.
Oh yeah.
And they're all, it's planned.
Yeah.
He's thinking about how he's going to operate. I do believe it's tied into a fan underneath him, but we don't need to go into too many details on how he operates. An early inspection is always much easier and cheaper than waiting. Don't procrastinate. If you're an elderly folk and it's not something like checking your tires is something you used to do but don't do now, and your tire light is on, heaven's sakes, get to one of our stores and let us look at it for you. Give you peace of mind. You'll make some new friends. We're that type of repair shop at both. Go on Google or go on any one of the review places and check us out. In fact, we even have a great website. It's crowncarcare.net. Crowncarcare.net. You look there. I believe you can make appointments through there. We are not perfect, but I will say we strive for perfection. And we get pretty close, but we're not perfect. Sometimes I forget to tie my shoes. Sometimes my socks are down to my ankles because I'm underneath the dash working on a car. Sometimes I have grease on my nose. And I could say the same with everybody that works for me, because we're all trying to do one thing. And that's serve you, my customers, the best we can. And we'll stop at nothing to do it. Just today before the show, I went and an elderly man who was away with his wife, I believe, on vacation for 3 weeks. His hybrid Lexus vehicle would not start, and he didn't know what to do. So you know what my son and I did? We went out, rescued the car, brought it back into the shop, and now we're doing an oil changing, doing a full look over on the vehicle to help him. He's probably going to need a battery, the 12-volt battery on the hybrid, not the big one. And but that's the kind of stuff we'll do. We'll pick your car up for you. We'll deliver it. Honestly, we will. Tomorrow morning, I'm delivering a car down to Jupiter, which is a good customer of ours. I'm more than happy to do those kind of things because that's the type of place we are. We're more than happy to go out of our way to help you, serve you, and put a smile on your face. And I believe we're coming down to the end. We got a couple minutes left, Ray.
You got about 20 seconds.
20 seconds there. The second Saturday at the Elliott Museum and the first Saturday at off Jack James Drive is Cars and Coffee. Please go. Good night, everybody, and have a great Christmas, and we'll see you next week.
All right. And we'll catch you next week at Crown Car Care. That's Wednesdays from 5 to 6.
You've been hearing Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. We're more than mechanics. We're family, serving Martin County since 2006 with trusted, high-quality repairs you can count on. We'll talk again next Wednesday.
WS2U Stewart.
The views